Hello children, now let us move towards the last part of this chapter, drainage. Now in this we are going to deal with lakes and river waters. So, lakes are formed usually as a result of tectonic plates activities in a region. Tectonic plates means the earth's crust. When it moves a little bit, these actions we had learned in our previous chapter, physical features of India. Okay, due to these the movements of these tectonic plates, a fault, a gap is created between two landforms and it gets filled with water. So such water is known as lake, a small water body that is known as lake. Some lakes are formed due to these tectonic plates movements or activities. Okay, lakes can also formed by meandering river or even artificially by human activity. Meanders, we have learned what meanders are, what oxbows are. In this image you can see that meanders are a U-turn created by a certain river. That U-turn forms a lake after after few years of its flow. It gets collected into a part by that U shape, okay, and that is called meanders, and finally it gets converted into oxbow when that meandering part of the river gets isolated or separated from the main body of the water. So that is called oxbow lakes. And some lakes are artificially also created by human beings for human activities. Okay, lakes are important to us for regulating the flow of river water, storage of water during the dry seasons to maintain the ecosystem and to generate hydroelectric power. So if in the exam the question comes, what are the uses of lakes, you can write these uses. Lakes are important for us to regulate the flow of river water, storage of water during dry seasons, to maintain the ecosystem and to generate the hydroelectric power. For example, the nice or the best example of hydroelectric power is the Barapani Lake, which is located in Shillong. It is responsible for supplying power requirement in Meghalaya. Another example is Guru Gobind Sagar in Bilaspur district of Himachal Pradesh was also formed artificially to generate electric power. Now, lakes, they are of two types, freshwater lakes and saltwater lakes. Lakes are also saltwater lakes. Okay, we'll study them one by one. First, let us deal with freshwater lakes. So, the first example of freshwater lake is Wular Lake. The Wular Lake in Jammu and Kashmir is the largest freshwater lake in India. It covers an area of about 260 square kilometers. It is the result of tectonic activity. If they ask you the question or an MCQ, which lake is the result of the tectonic activity, you can give the answer Wular Lake. Okay, other freshwater lakes are Dal Lake, which is in Jammu and Kashmir. Further is Nainital and Bhimtal. These are the two lakes, Nainital and Bhimtal. They are located in Uttarakhand. Dal in Jammu and Kashmir, Nainital and Bhimtal in Uttarakhand. Lake Koleru in Andhra Pradesh, which provides habitat for an estimated 20 million residents and migratory birds. This lake is officially classified as wildlife sanctuary. Okay, so Lake Koleru, which is in Andhra Pradesh, it is a freshwater lake, and this lake is a residential place for 20 million people and migratory birds also. So it is officially a wildlife sanctuary also. It is also known as wildlife sanctuary. Another lake is Loktak Lake. The Loktak Lake is a freshwater lake in Manipur. Where it is? It is in Manipur. Now let us move towards the saltwater lake and brackish lakes. Sambar Lake in Rajasthan. Okay, it is the largest saltwater lake in India. It is Sambar Lake in Rajasthan. It is of major economic importance to the state. Through this lake, Rajasthan, the state is earning quite a lot of money. Why? Because the salt produced from this lake has made Rajasthan the third largest salt producer in the country. So, Sambar Lake in Rajasthan, saltwater lake. We also have brackish water lakes in India. Brackish water is a mixture of salt water and fresh water. It is not as salty as seawater. So brackish water lakes are generally located in coastal areas. For example, Chilika Lake in Orissa is the largest brackish lake water in India. If they ask you the largest brackish water lake in India, you can give the example of Chilika Lake, which is in Orissa. Another example also is there, that is the Pulikat Lake in Tamil Nadu, which is also a brackish water lake. Now this was all about lakes, freshwater, salt water and brackish lakes. Rivers are considered the most basic resources required for the human settlements. This can be traced through the history. River banks have attracted people to make settlements, okay, which have now grown in big cities. In fact, most cities are located on the banks of river in India. So river water, if you remember last year you had studied in English the poem Geography lesson. In that we had learned that why human settlements are done near the river, near the bank of rivers. It's just a simple thing, because water is our basic need, okay, and we get fresh water from the rivers. So to have the settlements near the river is the good idea. So the settlements done by the humans are done near the river water. So it can be traced throughout the history. So there are so many cities in India which are located on the banks of the river. So let us see which those cities are. New Delhi, this city is located on the Yamuna, on the bank of Yamuna river. Ahmedabad is located on the Sabarmati river bank. Allahabad is situated on the Ganga river bank. Kolkata is situated on the Hooghly river bank. If they ask you in the exam the examples of those cities which are located on the river banks, you can give these examples. Hydroelectric power. River water is also used for generating hydroelectric power. For example, the best example of hydroelectric power generated by using river water is Bhakra Nangal Dam. Okay, it generates enough electricity supply to the states of Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat and Delhi. Okay. However, the growing demand for water in agriculture, industry and domestic use is affecting the quality of water. We are excessively using river water, which is affecting it. In what ways we are using? In industries, in agriculture, for domestic use, for everything we need water, and for that we are using it and we are affecting its quality. More water is being drained out from rivers, reducing its volume. We are reducing the river water volume of the river water by excessive use. Untreated waste, sewage and industrial effluents are dumped into rivers. This affects the quality of water and everyone dependent on this water. So what we are doing, we are dumping untreated waste, sewage and industrial effluent, chemicals, industrial effluents, pollutants, everything we are just easily dumping into river water. And what ultimately it's doing, it's ultimately affecting the quality of water and the one who is dependent on that water. Our health is also getting affected because we are only affecting the river water and it's finally affecting our health. So rivers have the self-cleansing capacity, but even that has limit. Rivers can clean themselves, but it has also a certain limit. For example, water of river Ganga is able to dilute and assimilate pollution loads within 20 kilometers of large cities. So river Ganga is the best example of self-cleansing. It can clean itself till 20 kilometers of the large from where it flows, okay, but it is located near the, or it flows near the cities, large cities. What those cities they do, they just throw the dirty things, garbage, industrial waste, everything in the Ganga river, okay. But with increasing urbanization and industrialization along its bank, this process has become almost impossible. So even river Ganga is not able to clean itself, okay. What government has done for certain things, for these horrible things which we are created, which we have created, sorry, there has been some government action to counter this by launching activities such as National River Conservation Plan, that is NRCP, the National River Conservation Plan, and the other one is the Ganga Action Plan, GAP. Okay, what these organizations or what these plans they do, they cover 152 towns located on 27 interstate rivers in 16 states. So these many towns and these many rivers are taken under this plan for cleaning. Under this action plan, pollution abatement works have been taken up. Abatement means reduction, reducing pollution work have been taken up, and so for a total 215 schemes of pollution abatement have been sanctioned. So this plan has got sanctioned 215 schemes of pollution abatement, reduction of pollution. The action plan includes targeting 1 million liters of sewage which is to be incepted, diverted from the rivers and treated. So what these plans they do, they just take out the sewage, the dirt, the garbage which we are dumping very easily in the rivers. They take them out, they treat them, and they let the river flow very cleanly, okay, in its natural flow without disturbing its flow but cleaning it. Okay, they extract the dirt from it. So these two action plans, they work in this way. They have nearly worked for 150, they are working for 150 towns which are located on 27 state rivers in 16 states, and they have sanctioned 215 schemes for pollution abatement. So this was the lesson about drainage. Okay, so please go through all the videos, read the chapters. You people are already highlighting the important points. Please read them. Also, please go through the refresher. Refresher is also important for you to deal with. It will help you to support your learning and understanding the process. Okay, please leave your comment in the comment section that you have watched this video, and we'll meet in the video of the next chapter. Thank you.